KILR Killer Game.
Hello gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome to the World Tour featuring Sublogic Flight Simulator 2 for the Commodore 64. So here we are at night in the dark. Let's go ahead and talk about our flight. So we're on scenery disc number 9. And we are right here at Lewis University, and we're making a big preparation here before heading over across Lake Michigan into Michigan itself. So we're going to make a short flight right over here to Chicago O'Hare. I don't think we need to really do anything too special. We'll be taking off at 90 degrees going off runway 9. We'll come north, and we should be able to line up with one of these runways. There's plenty of them. And that'll be it. It's just going to be a short flight, so kind of a nice little change since we have some long flights in there. We'll go ahead and tune in our nav radio here to 113.9. Okay, we're moving nav 2. There we go. 113.9. I've never been able to figure out why they have this little thin line right here. It's kind of like they messed up with the 1 on nav 1. Like they didn't clean up the graphic or something. Okay, 113.9. And there we go, 24.5 miles to go. We'll go ahead and get the plane started. And also we did a little bit of refueling while we're here, instead of doing it over at Chicago O'Hare. Now that'll save us the trouble of having to taxi somewhere since it's such a big airport. And also when you go into the edit mode and come out, if whatever change you make winds up refueling you anyway. So we'll just say we just got fuel here at Lewis. Okay, here's the end of the runway. We'll move off here to the left, and then we'll move off to the right. I added a little bit of brakes, so that way we can get ourselves turned here without overshooting our center line. Some of the techniques that I have when I was flying this back in the 80s as a young whippersnapper. We're on our way. And there we go. Just as the runway ended, we we lifted right off. So, looking out the rear, as we tend to do, just wave goodbye to Lewis. And hello to Chicago O'Hare. Stick with this heading for the moment. I'm adjusting OBI number 1 to get an idea of what frequency we need here. Okay, so a heading is 16 apparently. Okay, we'll go ahead and bring our throttle down here. Maybe just level off at 3,000, I think would be good. Adjust my trim a little bit here. Well, I think we're doing okay. We've got more speed than what we did before. We're at 120 knots. But we're on a heading of 17. Pretty close to 16 on the OBI number 1. This a nice quick flight. Beep-doop. It's a short flight, so we're not going to read out of the operating handbook or the, what is it, the flight physics and aircraft control. Not on this one. And we're just going to focus on our short little flight here. And then afterwards, we will get some rest and wake up in the morning as the sun is coming up. And we'll get a nice morning flight over Lake Michigan. Getting a good look at the Kankakee River and the Lewis Airport back there. That there is Clow Field. We've been there. I think that goes off to DePage, that road. Kind of surprised that we can actually see the Kankakee River at night. You couldn't see it on the default scenery, but well, we got a blue line on scenery disc number 9. And although we've already been to Chicago O'Hare, that was like the first flight we did, we'll be able to see all of this and how it's represented on scenery disc number 9. So, like for example, all these roadways that you're seeing, there's more roadways here than what I remember with the default scenery. There's our airport. Let's take a look at the map here, or radar, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I don't think we're zoomed out far enough, or yeah. We're not close enough to make any judgments in regards to runways as far as landing. This is a fast clock. 9 1000, 10 1000, 11. Okay, no, that's about right then. I think landing here is going to be really tricky because I've had some issues with the scenery disc to where, like, everything is, you know, I mean, I know the frames per second isn't the greatest, but let's lower a thing of flaps. But it at least moves. I can see the runway that I want to land on right there. But it seems to, like, when it gets to a certain part, and if it, like this, Now see, it loaded and it's fine. However, we could wind up getting another load, and then all of a sudden the frames per second is like non-existent. Like it just doesn't work at all. Okay, I've had to make a little bit of a change with the scenery, just slightly. I had to go back to default scenery because for some reason, and you may have noticed, maybe a little bit, but I had tried to load in the scenery from the scenery disk number 9, and then stuff just started freezing really bad. I don't know if the actual scenery disk had that kind of a problem or not. Yeah, unfortunately something is really bugged right here on the scenery disk because I've been trying different ways to load in this area, and each time it's so bad. It's like you make a movement and like 10 seconds later it actually does it. And that's just not going to work for us. So we'll switch back over to default over here. Now maybe we can use it when we take off, but as far as scenery disk number 9, but this, something about O'Hare, I guess there's too many lines here? I don't know. And as you can see, this part is fine. You know, it loaded up and we got the taxiways and stuff, and that's a fuel box right out in the middle of nowhere. try to land on the runway here. Without stalling. Keep in mind, folks, this is not easy on these old simulators. Okay. So we have landed. Let's go ahead and turn off the runway here. Sometimes you just have to taxi your way using using the map because it's hard to see it out the window. This taxiway starts off narrow and gets bigger. We've got a relatively large area over here. Maybe we'll just park over here. Yeah, so like I said, you know, the 3D part of the imagery here is a little hard to navigate because all the white lines are together and the blue dots. So during the daytime, oh no, this airport it won't be filled in. It's just all outlined in white because this is a carryover from well, I was going to say Microsoft Flight Simulator 1, but that's about right. Yeah. I think we'll park right here. This, I think, will work. Spacebar is the brakes, in case you were wondering. It seems to be different on different simulators, so. Okay, magneto's off, and we are good from this point. So, a little rough around the edges in regards to the scenery. I apologize for that. There really was no other option than to switch back over to default scenery for this airport. Maybe it'll be better if it's already loaded up and we're taking off from it. I don't know. But we'll try. We'll try. We'll give it a try. If it doesn't work, we'll have to load. We'll have to load in scenery disc number 9 after we leave the airport. So, but we'll get it working. We'll figure this out. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you liked the video. Thumbs up if you did, and subscribe. Help build our community, and ring that notification bell so that way you know when the next video is uploaded to the channel. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next exciting leg of the journey. Remember, we're flying over Lake Michigan.